We reached Earth seeking repairs, but left restored, armed, and ready for war sci-fi. The Aurora's edge moved slowly through the blackness of space, its hull scarred and pitted from battle. Smoke curled from a damaged thruster, and small sparks lit the corridors as the crew moved cautiously. Outside, the stars shone cold and distant, a reminder of the vast emptiness surrounding them. Lucas Grant stood at the observation deck, hands pressed against the glass, staring at Earth in the distance. It looked peaceful from here, blue and green and calm. It did not look like the world he had left behind 10 years ago. Maya Collins walked up beside him, her face pale and tight with worry. "We're not sure they'll even let us dock," she said quietly. "After everything that's happened, after we fled, Earth might see us as criminals, not survivors." Lucas shook his head, trying to push the fear aside. "We don't have a choice, Maya. The ship won't last another day without repairs. We'll take whatever help they give. We have to." In the control room, Ethan Brooks was crouched over a panel of wires, trying to patch a damaged system. Sparks flew from the console, and he winced as he touched a hot section. "If this last thruster fails, we're drifting straight into that asteroid field," he muttered. "I don't even want to think about what would happen then." Leila Martinez leaned over his shoulder, holding a small toolkit. "Stop whining, Ethan. We just need to get to Earth. One problem at a time. That's all we can do." Owen Carter entered the room, his expression grim. He had been scanning sensors for hours, tracking alien ships that still hunted them. "I've got readings on a patrol fleet," he said. "They're closing in. If we don't reach Earth soon, they'll catch us. And this ship, she won't survive another fight." Lucas took a deep breath. He knew Owen was right. Their small crew had survived too many battles already, but each one left the ship weaker, their supplies thinner. They were running out of time. "We just need to make it to orbit," he said. "Once we dock, we can figure out the rest." The Aurora's edge shuddered as a small explosion rocked the aft section. Lights flickered and alarms blared. The crew rushed to check the damage. Smoke filled the hallway, making it hard to see. Leila coughed and waved her hand in front of her face. "It's getting worse," she said. "We can't hold out much longer." Maya grabbed Lucas's arm. "Do you think they even remember us?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Earth, it's been so long, maybe they won't care that we're coming back." Lucas did not answer. He did not want to think about that possibility. He could only focus on the ship, on the crew, on getting them to safety. "We have to hope they do," he said finally. "We have no other choice." The crew worked in silence, moving quickly but carefully. Every second counted. Every sound outside the hull made their hearts beat faster. They had faced death before, but this was different. They were tired, worn, and fragile, and yet the thought of Earth gave them hope. As they drew closer, the first signs of human innovation appeared. A satellite drifted silently in orbit, its surface gleaming in the sun. It was armed, but unlike any weapon the crew had seen. It was elegant, precise, and terrifying in its calm efficiency. Lucas felt a strange mix of relief and fear. Humanity had grown stronger while they had been away. Maya pointed at another structure in orbit, a large facility floating like a small city. "They've built a whole station up there," she said. "All this time, they've been preparing." Ethan wiped his hands on his jumpsuit and looked at the display. "I don't know if this is good news or bad news. We might not be welcome, but at least there's someone here who can fix the ship." Owen studied the radar screen. "The patrol fleet is still out there," he said. "But they're not attacking yet. Maybe they can sense that we're close to a human planet. Maybe they're afraid." Lucas nodded. "Let's not waste this chance. Prepare for docking. Let's hope Earth is still the home we remember." The docking process was slow and tense. The Aurora's edge trembled as magnetic locks attached to the orbital station. The crew held their breath as the doors hissed open. A bright light flooded the corridors, and a group of humans in sleek uniforms stepped inside. One of them stepped forward, a woman with short black hair and a calm, confident presence. She held a tablet and studied the crew carefully. "I'm Nina Fields," she said. "We've been expecting you. Follow me." Lucas exchanged a look with Maya. Relief and wariness mixed in equal measure. They had not expected a warm welcome, but so far they were alive. That was enough. Nina led them through the station, explaining what had changed while they were away. Humanity had developed new technologies, new defenses, and new strategies. They had built weapons capable of taking on the alien fleets that had terrorized the galaxy. They had built ships that could travel faster, weapons that could strike harder, and shields that could withstand incredible force. The crew listened, astonished. Everything they had feared, that Earth was weak and helpless, was wrong. Earth had been preparing. Earth had been fighting back in secret. Connor Hale, another engineer, approached them with tools and parts. "We'll get your ship repaired," he said. "It won't be easy. You've taken heavy damage, but we can do it. And when we're done, you'll leave this station stronger than you came." Lucas felt a strange warmth in his chest. He had expected help, yes, but not this level of skill, of preparation. "Stronger than we came?" he asked. Connor nodded. "We can repair the ship, upgrade it, and give you weapons that will let you fight back. But you have to be ready to learn. Our technology is not like anything you've used before." Maya glanced at Lucas. "We came for repairs," she said quietly, "not for war." Connor smiled faintly. Sometimes the universe has other plans. The crew was led to the repair bay, where the Aurora's Edge would be rebuilt. The bay was enormous, filled with machines and tools that seemed almost alive. Robots moved on their own, welding, polishing, and assembling parts. Engineers worked at terminals, monitoring every system with precision. Leela stepped forward, her eyes wide. "It's incredible," she said. "I've never seen anything like this." Ethan grinned despite himself. "We've got work to do," he said, "and I think this time we might actually make it through alive." Lucas looked at his crew. They had been through so much together, fights, losses, near-death experiences. Now, for the first time in a long while, he felt hope. Maybe Earth could save them. Maybe Earth could give them the chance to fight back. But even as they worked, a small voice of doubt whispered in Lucas's mind. The alien patrols were still out there. They had not given up, and soon they would come looking for the Aurora's Edge. He pushed the thought aside. For now they were safe. For now they were on Earth, and Earth was strong. As the hours passed, the crew began to adapt to their new surroundings. They learned the systems of the orbital station, studied the new weapons, and watched as the engineers worked on the ship. The Aurora's Edge was slowly transformed from a battered relic into something powerful, something that could survive in the deadliest battles. Owen studied the new technology with fascination. "These weapons, these shields, they could give us an edge," he said. "An edge we never had before." Maya nodded. "We have to remember why we're here," she said. "We came for help, but maybe we're here for something more. Maybe we're here to fight back." Lucas felt a shiver run down his spine. Fighting back. He had not thought about it in years. For a long time, humans had been prey, fleeing from alien forces, hiding and surviving. Now it seemed that time was ending. Now humans were preparing to fight. Night fell across the orbital station, though it was not like night on Earth. The crew gathered in a small mess hall, eating rations while talking quietly. Stories were shared, of battles, of survival, of hope. Lucas listened, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. He had to lead them, protect them, and help them become more than survivors. Maya reached over and squeezed his hand. "We'll get through this," she said. "We always do." He smiled, though it was tired. "Yes," he said, "we always do." Outside, the stars continued to shine. Earth floated below them, calm and powerful. The crew of the Aurora's Edge had arrived seeking repairs. They did not yet know that they were stepping into a world that had been quietly preparing for war. And they did not yet know that their own journey was about to change forever. The repair bay hummed with energy. Sparks flew, machines whirred, and the ship slowly came back to life. The crew watched, a mix of awe and anticipation in their eyes. For the first time in a long time, hope felt real. And somewhere deep in the dark reaches of space, the alien fleet moved closer. But the humans on the Aurora's Edge were no longer helpless. They were ready. The repair bay hummed with quiet energy, machines moving in precise, steady rhythm. Sparks flew as robotic arms welded new hull panels onto the Aurora's Edge, while engineers worked on its damaged systems. Lucas Grant walked slowly along the ship, his hands brushing the fresh metal, feeling the difference between the old, scarred hull and the smooth, polished panels. The ship looked almost new, and a sense of pride stirred in him. Maya Collins watched the process, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's amazing," she said softly. "I never imagined Earth could do this. We thought the world had fallen apart." Connor Hale, the engineer leading the repairs, smiled without looking up. "Earth has changed a lot while you were gone. We've been preparing for threats like yours and worse. You'll leave here stronger than you came." Lucas frowned. "Stronger? I thought we were just here to fix the ship. What do you mean?" Connor finally looked at him, his eyes serious. "Your ship isn't the only thing we're repairing. You've survived too long without support. That ends today. We can teach you to fight, and we can give you weapons that will make the aliens regret chasing you. Leila Martinez stepped forward, excitement mixing with fear. Weapons? We came here for help, not for war. Connor's expression was firm. Sometimes help comes with responsibility. If you want to survive in this galaxy, you can't just hide. You have to fight. Lucas studied Connor carefully. He could see the truth in his words. Humans had been prey for too long. It was time to change that. He nodded slowly. All right, he said. Show us what we need to know. The crew was led through a long corridor into a large training chamber. The walls were lined with glowing panels and mechanical simulators. Weapons of every shape and size were arranged neatly on racks. There were rifles, energy pistols, grenades that floated in midair inside glass cases, and even small exosuits that seemed designed to make a human stronger and faster. Nina Fields, the woman who had first greeted them, stepped forward. We don't just repair ships here, she said. We restore people too. You will be trained in new technology, new tactics, and new ways to survive. When you leave, you won't be the same crew that came in. Owen Carter ran his hand over a rifle glowing with faint blue energy. I've seen alien weapons, he said. These look even stronger. How did humans get this? Nina smiled faintly. We learned fast. Humans are clever, and when we work together, we can build things no one expects. You'll see how powerful we've become. Over the next few days, the crew began training. The first lessons were simple: how to operate the new weapons, how to move in zero gravity, how to repair damage during battle. Lucas and Maya struggled at first, but slowly they adapted. Their old instincts, honed through years of survival, made the learning process faster. Leila Martinez was a natural with the energy rifles, moving quickly, shooting with accuracy that surprised even the instructors. Ethan Brooks preferred the engineering side, learning to retrofit alien technology onto their own ship. He spent hours in the workshop, assembling devices that pulsed with strange energy. Owen Carter was fascinated by the exosuits. He donned one and felt a surge of strength, able to leap higher, run faster, and carry more than he ever had. This changes everything, he said, grinning. We're not just humans anymore, we're weapons too. Lucas studied the maps of alien patrol routes and attack patterns. They're predictable, he said one night, pointing at a holographic projection. They follow the same formations, the same strategies. We can use that. Maya frowned. Predictable doesn't mean weak. We still have to be careful. One mistake and we're dead. Connor stepped forward, listening quietly. That's true, he said. But humans are creative. We don't just follow patterns. We think, we adapt, we improvise. That's why you're here. Not just to survive, but to fight in ways the aliens will never expect. The crew spent hours in simulations, practicing attacks, dodging enemy fire, and coordinating with each other. Every mistake was corrected, every success was celebrated. Slowly, they began to feel a sense of confidence they hadn't felt in years. They were no longer just survivors. They were becoming soldiers. One evening, Lucas walked to the observation window and stared at Earth below. The planet looked peaceful, but he knew it held secrets. Humans had hidden power, and that power had been growing while the galaxy believed them weak. He felt pride swell in his chest. They've been waiting for the right moment, he said softly. We weren't ready before, but now maybe we are. Maya joined him, resting her hand on his shoulder. Do you think we can really fight them? She asked. After everything we've seen, everything we've lost? Lucas took her hand and nodded. We don't have a choice, and now we might actually stand a chance. Meanwhile, the engineers worked tirelessly on the Aurora's edge. New energy shields were installed, capable of withstanding attacks that would have destroyed the ship before. The engines were upgraded, making the ship faster and more maneuverable. Weapons were fitted with new energy projectiles, designed to punch through alien armor. Leila and Ethan worked together to install a new targeting system, one that linked the ship's weapons to the crew's suits. Every movement, every aim would be more precise. When the systems were activated, the ship seemed almost alive, responding to the crew's intentions. Owen tested the ship's new maneuvering thrusters in the simulator. He leapt from console to console, moving with the speed of a human enhanced by technology. This feels unstoppable, he said, laughing. We can take on anything now. Nina and Connor watched quietly, satisfied. They're learning fast, Connor said. They'll be ready sooner than we thought. But as the crew trained, they also learned more about the alien threat. Nina revealed intelligence reports, showing the fleet that had attacked them was only a small part of a larger force. The aliens had already taken over several systems, enslaving planets and harvesting resources. Earth was next on their list. Lucas felt a cold shiver run down his spine. "So they've been coming this way all along," he said. "We were just a warning." Maya's eyes narrowed. "Then we're not just preparing for our survival, we're preparing to defend Earth." The realization hit the crew hard. They had come seeking repairs, hoping to escape, and now they were part of something much bigger. They were being armed, trained, and prepared to fight in a war that could decide the fate of their planet. The days passed quickly. The Aurora's edge was fully restored, shining with new strength. The crew's training was complete, their skills honed. They had learned to operate weapons, navigate space, repair damage, and think like soldiers. Each member of the crew had grown, physically and mentally, stronger than before. Lucas gathered the crew for a meeting. "We came here for repairs," he said, looking at each of them in turn. "But we're leaving with more than that. We've been given the tools to fight. And we have a duty now to protect Earth, to protect everyone who cannot fight for themselves." Maya nodded. "We didn't come here to start a war," she said, "but we can't run from one either. If they come, we'll be ready." Owen slammed his fist into his palm. "I say we don't wait for them. We strike first, show them humans aren't prey anymore." Leela smiled, a spark of her old courage shining through. "I never thought I'd say this, but I'm ready. We can do this." The crew spent one final night aboard the station before leaving. They walked through the corridors in silence, each reflecting on the journey that had brought them here. They had been broken, battered, and lost. Now they were restored, armed, and prepared. Lucas stood at the observation window once more, watching the stars. He felt a mix of fear and determination. The galaxy was dangerous and the aliens would not stop. But for the first time in a long time, he felt hope. Humans had the power to fight back. The Aurora's edge, gleaming with new strength, awaited them in the hangar. The ship was no longer just a vessel for survival. It was a weapon, a symbol of humanity's resilience. As the crew prepared to board, Nina approached Lucas. "You're ready," she said simply. "The rest is up to you." Lucas nodded. "Thank you," he said, "for everything." "We won't fail." The ship's engines hummed as it powered up. Lights glowed, systems came online, and the Aurora's edge seemed to breathe with life. The crew stepped aboard, taking their positions. Lucas looked at his team, his friends, his family in all but name. "Let's go home," he said, "and let's make sure no one ever forgets what humans can do." The doors closed behind them. The ship lifted off, leaving the station behind. Outside, space stretched endlessly, filled with danger and opportunity. The alien fleets were still out there, hunting, waiting, but the crew of the Aurora's edge was no longer helpless. They were ready. And soon the galaxy would know that humans had returned, not as prey, but as warriors. The Aurora's edge floated silently in orbit, its new hull gleaming in the light of the sun. The ship had been repaired, upgraded, and armed with technology that made it stronger than it had ever been. Lucas Grant moved through the corridors, checking every system, making sure nothing had been missed. Maya Collins followed, her eyes scanning the control panels. "I still can't believe this is our ship now," she said. "It feels different, stronger, alive." Lucas nodded. "It's more than alive, it's ready for what's coming." Owen Carter was in the engine room testing the new thrusters. He pressed a button and the ship jumped forward in space, faster and smoother than before. He laughed. "This is incredible. We can outrun anything out there now." Leela Martinez joined him, holding one of the new energy rifles. "And we can fight anything," she said with a grin. "I've been practicing all day. I'm not afraid anymore." Ethan Brooks was at the weapons control room, calibrating targeting systems and checking the new missile launchers. "These weapons are amazing," he said. "We can hit a target from farther than the aliens ever could. And the shields, nothing they fire will touch us." Lucas gathered the crew in the main cabin. "We've learned, we've trained, and we've been armed," he said. "Now it's time to understand what we're facing. The alien fleets are moving closer, and we need a plan." Nina Fields joined them via a hollow screen. "The aliens you faced before were just scouts," she said. "They're part of a much larger fleet that has already taken several systems. Earth is next, but with your ship restored, you have a chance to strike first." Connor Hale added, "We've mapped their patrol routes. They are fast but predictable. You can use that to your advantage. And remember, humans are not just strong, we're smart. We fight in ways they won't expect." Lucas nodded. "Then we won't just defend, we'll attack." We'll make them pay for every system they've taken. The crew spent the next hours reviewing alien data. Holograms displayed the enemy formations, showing the paths their ships followed and the weaknesses in their shields. Lucas studied every line, every number, every detail. They had survived by luck before, but now they would fight with strategy. Owen grinned as he looked at a formation of alien cruisers on the screen. They won't know what hit them, he said. Maya frowned. We can't underestimate them, she said. They're still dangerous. One mistake and we're done. Lucas placed a hand on her shoulder. We'll be careful, but we also have to be bold. That's how humans survive. The Aurora's Edge left orbit, gliding silently into space. Lucas took the captain's chair, his hands steady on the controls. The crew took their stations, each ready for action. Leela and Maya manned the weapons, Owen monitored engines and thrusters, Ethan controlled targeting and defense systems. The first contact came sooner than they expected. Sensors detected a small alien scouting group moving toward Earth. The Aurora's Edge moved quietly, hiding in the shadow of an asteroid field. Lucas studied the formation carefully. They're fast, but they always use the same pattern, he said. We'll use it against them. Leela adjusted her energy rifle. I'm ready. Maya nodded, her hands steady on the controls. Let's make this quick. The Aurora's Edge launched forward, using its new thrusters to appear from behind the asteroids. The alien scouts were caught by surprise. Energy blasts from the ship hit the nearest vessel, disabling its engines instantly. Leela fired with precision, striking the second ship. Owen adjusted the thrusters, helping the ship dodge incoming fire. Lucas felt a surge of pride. This was not just a fight for survival. This was proof that humans had become a force to be reckoned with. The alien scouts did not expect the speed, the precision, or the creativity of the human crew. Within minutes, the small fleet was destroyed or disabled. The Aurora's Edge moved silently away, leaving no evidence of the attack. The crew cheered quietly, but Lucas held up a hand. Celebrate later, he said. This was only a small group. The real battle is coming. Back on the ship, the crew took a moment to rest, but the tension remained. They had tasted victory, but they knew the alien fleets were much larger. Lucas gathered them in the main cabin. We've proven we can fight, he said, but we need to be ready for more. We need to use everything we've learned, every skill, every weapon, every trick. Maya leaned forward. We've learned fast, she said, and we've adapted faster. I think we can do this. Owen smiled. We're not the same crew that arrived here, he said. We're stronger, faster. Smarter, and the Aurora's Edge is with us now. Leela nodded. We'll make them regret chasing us. Ethan tapped on the console. And when the big fleet arrives, we'll be ready. The ship can handle multiple attacks, and we can strike back with power they've never seen. Lucas studied the map again. We need to think like humans. They expect predictable moves, predictable patterns, but humans are unpredictable. We improvise, we adapt, and we use the environment to our advantage. The crew trained all night, practicing new maneuvers, firing drills, and defensive strategies. Every member learned the strengths and weaknesses of their ship and each other. They moved as a team, faster and more efficient with each exercise. By morning, the Aurora's Edge was no longer just a ship. It was an extension of the crew. They knew every system, every weapon, every control. They had trained their minds and bodies to respond instinctively. Lucas felt a new confidence. We're ready, he said. Not just to survive, but to fight back. And when we do, we'll show the galaxy what humans are capable of. The first major battle came sooner than expected. A large alien fleet moved through the system, their ships larger and more powerful than the scouts. Sensors blared warnings as the fleet closed in. Lucas ordered the Aurora's Edge to move toward the fleet, using stealth and speed to approach from an unexpected angle. Maya adjusted the shields. They're strong, she said, but we can hit them where it hurts. Leela aimed the energy cannons. I'm ready. The Aurora's Edge struck first, unleashing a barrage of energy blasts on the outer ships. The aliens were caught off guard, their formation broken. The human crew used every advantage, the speed of the ship, the accuracy of their weapons, and their unpredictable tactics. Owen manipulated the thrusters to dodge enemy fire, flipping the ship in ways the aliens did not expect. Leela fired from multiple angles, striking ships that thought they were safe. Ethan controlled targeting, guiding every shot with precision. Lucas felt the thrill of battle, not as a reckless soldier, but as a captain leading his crew with strategy and skill. Every decision mattered. Every move counted, and for the first time he realized humans were no longer just prey. The aliens tried to regroup, but the Aurora's edge was too fast, too clever, too human. They struck at weak points, avoided traps, and used the environment, the asteroid field, the planet's gravity, even the sun's radiation, to their advantage. After hours of intense fighting, the alien fleet was forced to retreat. The Aurora's edge had taken damage, but it remained strong. The crew cheered, but Lucas reminded them to stay focused. "This was only the beginning," he said. "They will come back, and next time it will be worse." Maya smiled, tired but determined. "Then we'll be ready. We can fight, we can survive, and we can win." Owen laughed, punching the console lightly. "I never thought I'd say this, but I feel alive. Humans can actually fight back." Leela nodded, checking her weapon systems. "We're not just survivors anymore, we're a force." Lucas looked out at the stars, thinking of Earth below, quiet and safe for now. He knew the war was only beginning. The alien fleets would return, stronger and more determined. But now humans were ready. They had learned, adapted, and grown. And the Aurora's edge, once a battered ship, was now a symbol of their strength. The crew gathered in the main cabin, exhaustion written on their faces. Lucas spoke, his voice calm but firm. "We've proven we can fight, and we've proven we can win. But the real war is still out there. We'll face it together, and we will not fail." Maya reached out and squeezed his hand. "We'll do it," she said, "together." And so the Aurora's edge moved through space, faster, stronger, and more dangerous than ever. The human crew was no longer just seeking survival. They were ready for war. The galaxy would learn that humans could not be hunted, they could not be broken, they could fight. And they would win. The Aurora's edge moved silently through space, its engines glowing softly as the crew prepared for the largest battle they had ever faced. Lucas Grant sat in the captain's chair, his hands steady on the controls. Outside, the stars were quiet, but Lucas knew danger was near. The alien fleets were coming, larger and more powerful than ever. Maya Collins checked the ship's shields and weapons. "They're close," she said. "Sensors are picking up hundreds of ships." "This isn't just a fleet, they've brought a whole armada." Lucas nodded. "We've faced worse," he said quietly. "But we need to be smart, every move has to count. Humans fight differently, they don't just follow patterns, they think, they adapt, they improvise, that's our advantage." Owen Carter leaned over the engine console. "We're ready. The thrusters are at maximum power and the ship can dodge anything they throw at us. We can fight them head-on if we need to." Leela Martinez checked the energy cannons one last time. "I've practiced every shot," she said. "I won't miss." Ethan Brooks activated the targeting systems. "Missiles loaded, energy weapons calibrated, shields at full. Let's do this." Connor Hale's voice came through the comms. "Remember, use the environment. The asteroid fields, the sun, the gravity of planets, everything can be a weapon. Humans are clever. That's how you win." Lucas took a deep breath. "Then let's show them what humans are capable of." The alien fleet appeared on the sensors, a dark mass moving through space. Ships of every size, bristling with weapons, advanced steadily. They had expected an easy victory, but the Aurora's edge was hidden, moving silently among the shadows of nearby asteroids. Lucas made the first move. "Engage thrusters, move along the asteroid field. Let them come to us." The ship twisted and turned, weaving through rocks and debris. The aliens, unfamiliar with the terrain, struggled to maintain formation. The Aurora's edge struck first, firing energy blasts that disabled the lead ships. Leela's aim was precise, her shots finding weak points in the alien hulls. Owen used the thrusters to push the ship in sudden, unpredictable directions. Alien lasers missed their mark, striking asteroids instead. Pieces of rock flew past, smashing enemy vessels. Maya guided the Aurora's edge with calm focus, using every maneuver they had practiced. "Now!" she shouted, as Lucas ordered the ship to launch a volley of missiles. The weapons struck several alien cruisers at once, causing explosions that lit the darkness. The aliens reacted, forming tighter formations and returning fire. Energy blasts tore through the void, striking asteroids and creating a storm of debris. The Aurora's edge dodged skillfully, taking minor damage but remaining intact. Lucas gritted his teeth. "We can't just react. We have to control this fight, use the gravity of the nearby planet to curve our path, make them follow us." Owen adjusted the thrusters. "Got it. We'll make them chase and then strike from behind." The alien ships followed, expecting to trap the Aurora's edge. But Lucas had planned carefully. the ship suddenly appeared from the side, hidden by the planet's shadow. Missiles and energy blasts struck the alien rear, destroying several vessels before they could react. Leela laughed. "This is amazing. They didn't see that coming." Ethan coordinated the targeting systems, locking onto the remaining enemy ships. "We can hit them all before they regroup. Fire on my mark." Lucas gave the order. Energy blasts, missiles, and rail weapons struck with precision, cutting down the alien fleet one ship at a time. The aliens had power and numbers, but humans had creativity, strategy, and courage. Every attack was unexpected, every movement unpredictable. Maya adjusted the shields as one of the alien cruisers fired a massive blast. The shield held, absorbing the energy. "We can take this," she said. "Keep pushing forward." The battle raged for hours. The Aurora's Edge darted through the battlefield, using every trick they had learned. Lucas watched his crew, each of them performing perfectly. Leela's shots were precise, Owen's maneuvers flawless, Ethan's targeting perfect, and Maya's guidance steady. Then the alien flagship appeared, massive and heavily armed. Lucas frowned. "This is it," he said. "The leader. If we take it down, the rest will scatter." The flagship fired a huge energy blast, forcing the Aurora's Edge to dodge rapidly. Sparks flew as lasers grazed the hull. Lucas gritted his teeth. "We can't just attack head-on. We need to use everything we've got." He turned to the crew. "Deploy the decoys and the drone swarm. Use the asteroid field to hide our approach. We'll hit them from above and below." The crew worked in perfect coordination. Drones flew ahead, drawing enemy fire, while decoy ships created false targets. The Aurora's Edge moved silently through the shadows. Finally, they were in position. Lucas ordered the weapons systems to fire. Energy cannons struck the flagship's weak points, missiles hit critical engines, and the ship's new weapons tore through the armor. The flagship shuddered under the assault, unable to respond effectively. Owen cheered. "It's working, we're breaking them." The flagship tried to retreat, but the Aurora's Edge was faster. Leela fired again, striking the rear engines. Sparks and fire burst from the alien ship. Lucas pressed forward. "Now everything we've got." Full power to the main cannons. The Aurora's Edge fired a massive volley. The flagship's shields failed, its hull cracked, and the massive vessel exploded in a brilliant fireball, sending debris flying across space. The remaining alien fleet faltered. Some ships tried to flee, others surrendered. Humanity had shown that they were not weak, not helpless. Humans could fight, adapt, and overcome. The Aurora's Edge flew through the remnants of the battle, avoiding debris and picking off stragglers. The crew cheered quietly, exhausted but triumphant. They had done what no one thought possible. They had defeated a powerful alien fleet. Lucas gathered the crew in the main cabin. "We've won this battle," he said, voice calm but proud. "But the war isn't over. There will be more fleets, more attacks, but now we know we can fight and win." Maya smiled, resting her hand on his arm. "We've come a long way," she said. "From a broken ship running for our lives to this. We're strong now, we're ready." Owen laughed. "We're unstoppable." "Humans can't be hunted anymore?" Leela nodded, checking the ship's systems. "We're not just survivors, we're warriors." Ethan looked at the data from the battle, analyzing the alien ships. "They underestimated us. They thought humans were weak. They were wrong." Lucas looked out the observation window at the stars. Earth glowed faintly below, safe for now. Humanity had proven its strength. They had survived, adapted, and fought back. The Aurora's Edge was no longer just a ship. It was a symbol of human courage, skill, and determination. Nina Fields appeared on the hollow screen. "You've done well," she said. "This victory shows that humans are not helpless. Earth and its people are ready for whatever comes next." Connor Hale added, "You've learned fast, you've adapted. And you've shown that humans are clever, resilient, and dangerous when cornered. The galaxy will remember this." Lucas turned to his crew. "We've won today," he said, "but our work is not finished. We must stay ready, stay strong, and continue to protect Earth. Humanity has been weak before, but no longer. From now on, we fight, and we win." The crew gathered at the observation deck, watching the stars. Each felt a deep pride, knowing that they had changed the course of history. Humans were no longer victims of the galaxy. They were warriors, clever, resourceful, and unstoppable. The Aurora's Edge lifted off, moving away from the battlefield. The ship had survived, and so had the crew. But they knew more challenges were coming. More alien fleets, more battles, yet they were ready. Lucas looked at Maya. "We've come a long way," he said. "From a damaged ship and a tired crew to this, we're stronger than ever." Maya smiled. Stronger, yes, but also smarter and faster and braver, Owen grinned. And we've shown the galaxy that humans can fight back. They won't forget this. Leela raised her rifle, lightly tapping it on the floor. We're ready for whatever comes next. Ethan nodded, and the Aurora's Edge will be there leading the way. Lucas looked at his crew, feeling hope and determination. Then let's go home. But let's never forget what we've learned. Humans are not weak, we never were, and we never will be. The stars stretched endlessly before them. The alien threat was still out there, but humanity had changed. They had grown stronger, smarter, and braver. And the Aurora's Edge, once broken and desperate, now led the charge, a symbol of human strength, courage, and hope. For the first time in a long time, Lucas felt certain of one thing: humans could face anything. They could survive anything. They could win anything. And they would. The Aurora's Edge moved through the galaxy, ready for war. But this time, the war had a different ending in mind, because humans were no longer prey. Humans were warriors. The galaxy would remember that, and Earth would never be alone again.